USDA is taking action on mangoes and avocados that could result in a price increase for consumers. William Lajanus explains.
Mexico production window is from June.
On pause in parts of Mexico after a violent attack on 2 USDA inspectors.
Welcome back to Traveling Vibes, your trusted source for in-depth analysis of today's most important political and economic events. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive like the one we're about to explore today. This time, we're focusing on a crisis that's shaken up the U.S. agricultural sector, especially for the mango industry. Recently, U.S. mango shipments were rejected, and in the meantime, Mexico's premium mangoes have managed to land billion-dollar deals. How did this happen, and what does this mean for U.S. farmers and consumers? Let's dive deep into this massive shakeup in the mango market. The U.S. has long been home to a thriving mango industry, particularly in states like Florida and California. Mangoes are one of the most sought-after tropical fruits in America, and they've become a regular part of the average American diet. U.S. farmers, particularly in Florida, have long supplied mangoes to domestic markets. But despite the country's consistent mango production, the industry faces challenges, from weather conditions to international competition, and now even supply chain issues. However, it wasn't always this way. For many years, the U.S. was a key player in both domestic and international mango trade. In recent years, U.S. farmers have faced increasing competition from abroad, particularly from Mexico, a country that has become a global leader in mango production. While U.S. mangoes were once considered the gold standard for freshness and quality, the rising popularity of Mexico's premium mangoes has forced American producers to adapt or fall behind. But in a shocking twist, U.S. mango shipments started facing rejections in international markets, with many shipments being turned away for not meeting import standards. This rejection was most notably felt in international markets like Canada and Europe, where U.S. mangoes traditionally did well. So, what went wrong? What caused this rejection of American mangoes, and why is it such a big deal for the U.S.? One of the key reasons behind the rejections is related to the quality control issues that have plagued U.S. mango exports. While U.S. mangoes are grown under strict regulations, there have been increasing concerns about the consistency of quality, especially regarding ripeness and pesticide residues. Countries importing U.S. mangoes, such as Canada and those in Europe, have stringent standards for fruit imports, and U.S. mangoes have occasionally failed to meet those high expectations. Moreover, a lack of consistency in the harvesting process and packaging methods has made U.S. mangoes less reliable in international markets. Shippers have reported delayed shipments, improper handling, and sometimes overripe or underripe mangoes arriving at ports abroad. As a result, buyers are starting to look elsewhere for a more consistent supply, and Mexico has been quick to fill that gap. In contrast to the U.S., Mexico's mango industry has been thriving, and for good reason. Mexican mangoes have gained a global reputation for their premium quality, and they've become the preferred choice in markets across North America and beyond. The country's ideal climate, combined with advanced agricultural techniques, has made it a powerhouse in the mango industry. Mangoes from Mexico are often considered some of the best in the world. In fact, Mexican mangoes have been consistently ranked higher for quality, taste, and ripeness compared to other international competitors. These mangoes, particularly varieties like Ataulfo and Kent, have become favorites in international markets. As demand grows for high-quality tropical fruits, Mexican growers have been able to position themselves as a reliable source for premium mangoes year-round. The rise of Mexico's mango exports can be attributed to several factors. First, Mexico's mango industry has invested heavily in quality control, ensuring that each mango that leaves the farm meets rigorous standards. This includes improved harvesting techniques, better packaging, and stronger relationships with international buyers, all of which have made Mexican mangoes more appealing to consumers and distributors alike. While U.S. mangoes are struggling to meet demand and maintain quality control, Mexico's mango industry has seized an opportunity. The country has locked in billion-dollar export deals with major international players. Countries like China, Japan, and key European markets have been eager to secure long-term contracts for high-quality Mexican mangoes, cementing Mexico's position as the dominant force in the global mango trade. These billion-dollar deals represent a massive shift in the global mango market. The deals, which span years and involve long-term contracts with international supermarket chains, have not only bolstered Mexico's economy, but have also made it a key player in global agricultural trade. Mexico's ability to offer consistent, high-quality mangoes year-round has made it the go-to supplier for many countries. While U.S. mangoes are struggling to meet demand and quality standards, Mexico's success is raising serious questions about the future of the American mango industry. Farmers in the U.S. are asking, can we compete with Mexico's growing dominance in the global market? The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, and local industry groups have begun to assess what went wrong with American mangoes, and they are looking for solutions to restore the U.S. mango industry's reputation. Some experts argue that it's not too late for U.S. mangoes to recover. By improving quality control, diversifying supply chains, and enhancing marketing efforts, American growers may be able to regain ground. However, this will require significant investment in new technology, as well as an overhaul of current agricultural practices. The U.S. mango industry will also need to rebuild trust with international buyers, ensuring that American mangoes can once again meet global expectations. The failure of U.S. mango exports also raises serious economic and political questions. Mango farming is an important part of the agricultural economy in several U.S. states, including Florida and California. With the collapse of the export market, many of these farmers face dire financial situations. The loss of trade opportunities with major international buyers has also led to increased calls for reform in U.S. trade policy. In addition, the U.S. faces growing competition not just from Mexico, but from other countries around the world. As global trade dynamics shift, the U.S. will need to navigate challenges in international trade relations, tariffs, and market access in order to support its own agricultural industries. So, what does the future hold for the U.S. mango industry? The road to recovery will be long and difficult. U.S. farmers will need to embrace technological innovations in agriculture, including the use of smart farming techniques, improved irrigation systems, and advanced packaging solutions. Additionally, greater collaboration with global trade partners will be necessary to re-establish the U.S. as a competitive player in the mango market. However, there's hope. U.S. mangoes still have the potential to appeal to niche markets and domestic consumers who value locally grown produce. By focusing on quality, freshness, and sustainable practices, the U.S. could carve out a place in the global mango market, even if it means competing with the might of Mexico's agricultural empire. Mexico's rise as the global leader in mango exports is undeniable. Their premium mangoes have landed billion-dollar deals, giving them the upper hand in the international marketplace. On the other hand, the U.S. faces a significant challenge as its mango industry struggles with rejections and quality control issues. Whether American mangoes can reclaim their spot in the global market will depend on the ability to adapt to an ever-changing agricultural landscape. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the mango crisis and the shifting tides of global trade. If you found this analysis insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all the latest economic and agricultural developments. Until next time, this is Traveling Vibes, signing off.